This is ANN News Brief.
The two workers' unions in South African Airways, SAA, have dragged the airline to court over planned job cuts. The unions filed a court case challenging the move. They also want the court to stop the job cut until the airline complies with sections of the law that provide a 60-day consultation period before any redundancies are made. National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa and South African Cabin Crew Association filed a joint court suit at a labor court in Johannesburg this week. The Metal Workers Union also wants the airline to adhere to an agreement signed last year, which outlined how workers facing redundancy would be placed in a scheme for 6 months, during which they would be paid 3/4 of their monthly salary. Hearing will commence on Thursday. There is a twist to the old saying, what a man can do, a woman can do better. Liberian Army says most women who applied to join the country's force have failed because they were physically unfit. Army officials say recruiters were unable to enroll 80% of female candidates, partly because they were unable to meet minimum educational requirement, but also their inability to meet certain physical fitness standards. Army Chief of Staff Major General Prince Johnson says in post-war Liberian Army, a candidate must have at least a high school education. Johnson says the Army had decided to do pre-recruitment training for women wanting to join the force. He says after the women might have passed the medicals, they would undergo what sounds like a boot camp for 4 weeks to prepare them. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Sudan's government and rebel groups in Darfur have agreed to on Tuesday that all those wanted by the International Criminal Court should appear before the tribunal, a list that includes ousted President Omar Al-Bashir. Former President Bashir is wanted by the ICC for alleged war crimes, genocide and crimes against humanity in Darfur. He has been jailed in Khartoum since he was toppled after mass protests last year. Information Minister Faisal Saleh did not specifically name him when announcing the move. He said the decision applied to all 5 Sudanese suspects wanted by the ICC over the 4. Bashir is one of the 5. Government and rebel groups reached an agreement during a meeting in South Sudan's capital, Juba, that included the appearance of those who face arrest warrants before the International Criminal Court. Bashir's lawyer had said the former president refused to have any dealings with the ICC because he believes it is a political court. Bashir has said the allegations made by the ICC, the world's first permanent court for prosecuting war crimes, are part of a Western conspiracy. He faces 5 counts of crimes against humanity for murder, forcible transfer, extermination, torture and rape, 2 counts of war crimes for attacks against civilians, and 3 counts of genocide. That is ANN News Brief at 11. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adem.